Welcome to Growing Hunter Beef, our regional beef forum in partnership with Meat and Livestock Australia and Hunter Local Land Services. I'm with Rod Knight from KLR Marketing. You challenged a few people today, Rod. You made them sort of think, why am I holding onto my stock in tough times, or what should I be thinking about? How come?
Well, I think it's important from the perspective of being able to stay in business in this game, and we can't stay in business when we run out of grass, and so part of it is really being able to manage our grass, being in control of that and using our animals to tell us what's actually happening out in our paddocks. And I think too often we're too blind to that. And one of the things I didn't mention today was the other situation about seeing animals' condition. When we're looking at an animal, what it's actually standing on and eating now is not the result. We're going to see that in 6 weeks' time. So if we see our animals slipping in condition, we're already 6 weeks too late. When we look at an animal, what we're looking at is what it ate 6 weeks ago. And if it's losing condition, then we're already behind the eight ball. And I think it's so important for us to read our animals, because they can tell us so much information. They can tell us the quantity of the feed, they can tell us the quality of the feed, they can tell us a whole lot of stuff about what they're eating, whether it's good or not. And if we're not attuned to that, if we don't read that, then we're going to find ourselves in situations where we've run out of grass, or our cattle have started, or sheep are losing condition, and we're already too late. So we have to be on our toes and look at things a lot earlier than I think a lot of people have done.
We have had a really tough time here in the Hunter. People have had to make some really tough decisions. There's a lot of people who are now making some decisions about this summer coming, and you're saying, go as hard as you can, make the really tough ones, because otherwise things might not turn out the way you want.
Well, the earlier you make the decision, the better you are and more control you have. And I guess the thought process is, if I destock too early, then all I've done is destock too early. If I destock too late, it's too late, it's too late. So the thing about being able to think about your animals more as a lump sum of money, move that lump sum out of the paddock, put it over there in the bank account. If it rains next week, then all we've got to do is move it back. But if it doesn't rain next week, or the week after, or the month after, we feel so much more in control because we've made that decision early. And the longer we put off a decision, the tougher it becomes. And so there's sayings been around in this game for such a long time. They've been around since I was a boy. Better to have wished that you hadn't have sold than to have wished you had. Sell them before you smell them. You know, those sort of ones have been around for a long time, and it's about, they've come from people who've had the experiences, okay? You know, so it's better to go early, and then the decision's not as hard.
And I guess you've farmed in many different places. You've farmed here in the Hunter. There's a lot of enthusiasm here in the room today to look at growing that better beef.
Well, I think that's the exciting part. I mean, having been in the game as long as I have, I know looking at me I look like I've only just started, but I've been in the game a bit longer. And, you know, when I first left school, there was so much excitement about, you know, what was happening in the industry. And what I enjoy about when we do our marketing skills is I look out into there and I see young people, young couples, and I look at them and go, that was me. You know, 30 years ago, that was us, and I'm really excited about these young people coming in. And I think the industry has, as a whole, done a wonderful job. As I mentioned today, about 20 years ago, you always went to buy your meat and you were a bit concerned about the quality of it, the eating quality of it. And today it's a lot harder to find a rough piece of steak, and I think that's a sign that the whole industry is improving. And I think the opportunities are there. We've got a whole lot of support mechanism around us. We've got the MLA, we've got the local land services, and I think they've been a great innovation in the industry, because, as I said earlier, we had the Department of Ag and the government just tore the heart out of that thing, you know, dispersed all those wonderful extension officers that we had, and to see, I guess, the LLS now providing that support for producers, I think it's a wonderful thing for us.
We're very happy to have you here today. Thank you very much for your time.